You ever get that feeling that your favorite streaming service or online store just gets you? Like it knows what you want even before you do? Well, that's not magic. It's actually a super powerful form of AI called a recommender system. And believe it or not, it's the hidden force shaping our entire digital world. So how does it really work? Let's dig in.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You finish binging a great show, and before you can even think about what's next, boom, the perfect suggestion pops up. It feels almost psychic. That's the exact phenomenon we're going to unpack today.
And this kind of technology is absolutely everywhere. When Amazon suggests a book you might like, or iTunes Genius builds you the perfect playlist, that's a recommender system hard at work. For the biggest names in Silicon Valley, building better versions of these systems isn't just some side project, it's a top priority.
And there's a very simple reason for all that focus: money. A whole lot of it. Making a good guess about what you might like next, well, that's a billion-dollar business.
To put it in perspective, for a company like Amazon, a huge chunk of their total sales comes directly from items the site suggests to you. And for Netflix, the vast majority of what we all end up watching is driven by these exact same suggestions. So you see, this isn't just a helpful little feature. It is the very engine of their business.
So yeah, the stakes are incredibly high. Even a tiny improvement in how well the system predicts your next move can mean millions in new revenue pretty much overnight. It's an intense race. But, and this is important, the money is only half the story. The other reason this is such a big deal is what it means for the evolution of AI itself.
See, beyond all the business impact, recommender systems represent a fundamental shift in how we even think about artificial intelligence. It's really about building an AI that can truly learn on its own. This really gets to the core of a massive shift in AI. The old way, well, it was to teach a machine by hand. A programmer would have to sit there and label everything, telling the AI, okay, this is a comedy or this is a thriller. But recommender systems work completely differently. They don't need us to label things for them. They just look at our behavior, what we watch, what we buy, what we listen to, and they figure out the important patterns all on their own. It's a huge leap forward.
Now, that might sound a little abstract. I get it. So let's make it way more concrete with a simple example. We'll call it the rating game.
Okay, so imagine we have 4 users. We'll call them Alice, Bob, Carol, and Dave. And we've got a small library of just 5 movies, ranging from sappy romance to pure, nonstop action.
All right, now this table, this is the heart of our entire problem. We can see how our users have rated some of the movies, let's say on a scale from 0 to 5 stars. So Alice gave Love at Last 5 stars, while Carol gave it a big fat 0. But you see all those question marks? Those are the movies they haven't seen or rated yet, the big mystery spots.
Just by looking at this, our human brains can pretty quickly start to see a pattern, right? Alice and Bob, they seem to have similar tastes. They both give high ratings to the romance movies and low ratings to the action flicks. And Carol and Dave, they're the exact opposite. They love the action stuff. So we can already kind of intuitively guess how they might rate the movies they haven't seen yet. And that intuition brings us right to the central challenge. The entire goal here is about solving for those question marks.
So here it is. This is the formal definition of the recommender system problem. It's basically a prediction game. Using the data we already have, can we accurately fill in the blanks for the data we don't?
And that's the goal. Can we build an algorithm that does exactly what our brains just did a second ago? Can it look at this data, spot the pattern that, oh, Alice and Bob like romance, and then use that insight to predict what they'll rate the other movies? It's all about automating that human intuition, but doing it on a massive scale. Which, of course, leaves us with the ultimate question. I mean, it's one thing for a human to spot a simple pattern in a tiny little table like this, but how can a machine possibly do it for millions of users and millions of products? How exactly can an algorithm learn something as personal and complex as your taste? That's the puzzle we'll keep on exploring.